Hi, this is Joe, Common Fish. This is the second part of the Cobia fishing video published on May 28, 2018, a week ago. The video was titled as Cobia May 26, 2018, Buckrow Beach, Virginia. On this second part of the video, I'll be talking about my tackle and tactics about my cobia fishing in Virginia as a kayak angler. My tackle and tactics may not work well with other kayak anglers, but for the newbies, I hope the video provides adequate basic information. Please excuse my artwork here. I tried to complete this video as soon as possible before the cobia season opening on June 1st. To me, the best way to catch cobia in Virginia is chumming. I found that sight casting is not quite a viable method in Virginia for kayak anglers because it is hard to locate cobia from a kayak. On this video, I will talk about kayak anchor rig, chumback anchor rig, bait fish rig, live bait rig including a bobber and sinker, rods and reels, trolling bucket, net, gaff, and hammer, and some additional hardware for chumming for cobia. These are the stainless steel snap links I use to connect anchor lines or anything that requires one-hand operation while holding a rod on the other hand. They are under $4 at Walmart or online store. This anchor system is what I use when chumming for cobia. There are some spots where typical anchors for kayaks don't work. This works 98% of the time. You need at least a 50-foot anchor line because the water depths can be 15-16 feet. For cobia chumming, I found that the chumback should be on the bottom, right below the kayak. I use a snap link for attaching the chumback to anchor, and another snap link to attach the anchor line to the kayak. Please notice that there is an additional line from the snap link to the buoy. You need at least 10 feet of line between the snap link and the buoy. By this way, the buoy won't be submerged when you let go the chumback anchor line, especially when the current is strong. The live fish are the best bait. In June in Virginia, you can catch enough bait fish almost all the time. I catch 5 to 10 bait fish first. I anchor where the most bait fish were caught. You can catch bait fish continuously while fishing for cobia. Catch as many bait fish as possible all the time. Once sharks come, all bait fish disappear. You won't be able to catch bait fish anymore when sharks are around. And sharks will eat all your bait fish you put out. Sometimes I used 40 bait fish. I use the typical bottom rig with double hooks. I like size 6 hook with long shank. It is easy to remove bait fish on a small hook with a long shank. I use a 2 or 3 ounce sinker so that the bottom rig doesn't drift to the chumback or to the cobia bait fish rig. I use a small piece of a fish bite with bloodworm flavor. I don't recommend the fast-acting fish bites because it dissolves too fast. The bait fish you will catch are croaker, southern kingfish, and spot. I like size 9-0 hooks, circle or octopus. I found that circle hooks work well with the eels, but not with the regular live bait fish. Since I'm catching my own bait fish, I usually use 9-0 octopus hooks. I buy bulk packs. because sometimes I used over 25 hooks because of the sharks and the rays.
I just have to cut the line. There you go. 1, 2, up.
I usually carry 20-30 rigs. I can replace the rig very fast. These are my favorite dual lock snaps. I have used casking braided for several years. I use a 4-foot long 60 or 80 pound test mono leader, a 3 or 4 ounce inline sinker, and a detachable bobber. As you see on the picture, dual lock snaps were used to link all components. By using the bobber, I try to keep the live baitfish a few feet above the bottom because to protect the baitfish from crabs and to prevent the baitfish from hiding in the grass. Also, I think I had less stingray hookups when the baitfish are a few feet off the bottom. I carry some lures in case of side casting opportunity. I carry a gaff and a hammer and of course a large net. Having good chum is very important. I found later that I didn't have to spend a lot of money for the new rods and reels. My old ugly sticks I purchased decades ago are good enough for casting and bait fishing for cobia. So is one of my old reels, Pan 209M. Sometimes I used 2 trolling buckets. When waiting for a strike, leave the clicker on. If there is no clicker on the reel, set the drag very light. If needed, open the bail during the run. The max drag when fighting is between 8 and 12 pounds for cobia. When cobia fishing, you must be very patient before setting the hook. I usually set the hook after 2 good runs. You also need to be very patient when landing a cobia. Thank you for watching. Let's go get 'em!